Did you say fevers? Because he hasn't had fevers.
Yeah, he has.
I thought he hadn't.
He came in last night with a slight fever.
Okay, last night.
Yeah. Well, and
It was 100.
And you had seizure as well?
no, I can't say it's a seizure, but when I was in bed with him last night, he was violently shaking.
Grunting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not all seizures have to, be the way we imagine them to be.
Right.
Any abnormal involuntary activity in the brain is considered a seizure. So
Mhm.
people can just be staring and they're having a seizure.
Mhm.
So,
It was not
so
normal.
if it's if it's an abscess, the treatment is predominantly antibiotics.
Okay.
But the challenge is we need to know what bug is causing the infection.
Right.
So usually if something else grows somewhere else, then we are happy with going on with that. Especially your abscess is not very big.
It's not very big.
No, it's hardly
Like how big?
like this.
Like a
Small.
dime?
Yeah, like less than a dime.
Okay.
No, dime is correct. Yeah, smaller than a quarter. But I think so far we don't have any other indication of where the infection is coming from or what bug it is. So one thing we do is we put a needle through the scalp that goes down through the brain, and we can aspirate the pus
Mm-hmm.
and send that for culture.
Mm-hmm.
That way we know what is growing and what is not growing.
And then that would determine like what kind of antibiotics or whatever you treat it with.
Yeah. That has some risk.
I was going to
Small-
ask you about that part.
Small risk of bleeding, infection, and depending on the location of the brain, the bleeding can cause stroke, paralysis, seizures. The risk is overall not huge. It's small.
How small?
I would say around 2 to 5% risk. But if it happens, the impact is often major.
With brain function.
Especially on the left side. You're right-hander, right? So that controls the right side of your body and also speech. So those are the things that could get affected. Okay. But the risk is small. So it comes down to whether it's needed, a necessity that needs to be done. And especially if we have no other organism growing anywhere else, then that's something to be done.
So when you all did the MRI and that sort of thing, you found nothing else in anywhere else in his body with...
The MRI was only for the brain because it came with seizures. And as far as infection in the body goes, usually people have some amount of symptoms or signs. For example, if you have a stomach flu,
Uh-huh.
you'll have some diarrhea or something like this.
Oh, okay.
Or if you have a lung problem, you'll have cough and sputum and stuff like that. So in the lack of those things, and then I'm sure he got blood tested while he was here to check for any infection in the blood.
Oh, I'm sure they took blood.
So
I mean, we didn't go back right away, so I'm sure they kind of did some of that stuff.
They did that.
Okay.
You do have blood results on all that?
Yeah, so the one from 9th is not growing. So basically the blood is currently not growing. So which means we are left with pretty much the abscess in the brain to get more information from.
The blood is not what? What did you say?
It's not growing any bug.
Bug. The blood isn't.
There's no virus.
Good.
Sometimes it grows and then you don't have to do anything more. And then we won't drain it unless it's really a big abscess.
Huh.
Because the treatment is predominantly medicine, antibiotics.
Right. But at this point, the necessity to kind of drain that and test it is because you don't want to give them like 20 different medications to, because otherwise without doing that you wouldn't know what it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
What could it be? What do you think, like from your experience?
You mean the lesion or what kind of bug?
Yes, both.
Both. I guess.
Well, this looks like an abscess.
What causes abscesses typically?
Infection.
Like,
Like dental caries or
really? Huh.
some other infection in the body spreads to the brain.
And
Like-
is it an infection that could have been going on for a while and,
Could be.
you know?
Right now we don't even know if there's other sources of infection.
Like it could even be like a herpes or something like that?
This one is most likely going to be bacterial.
Bacterial? Okay.
So
looking at your brain.
Is it in a place that's
So basically, like idea would be to come down like this.
Okay.
With a needle, just a needle, and aspirate some of the pus, and then
That's where it is right there.
that's the abscess?
well, so it'll be confirmed only when we do the biopsy, right? We believe it's an abscess.
Right, because the doctor that came in last night when my son and I were in there after the MRI, he came in and he said it looks like it is a tumor that's metastasized from another part of his body. So you can tell, you can be rest assured that we were
Scared
Scared.
from that, yes.
so when he came in and then told us that it was more than likely an infection, well,
But
also,
infection also could be like dangerous because
right, that's what he said too. Yeah.
you know, you see this how close it is to this black things.
What are the black things?
So those are ventricles. There are spaces in the brain that produce spinal fluid. Usually, if this spills into this area, then it can develop a very rapid meningitis kind of picture, and that could be deadly.
I guess I would be curious to know why that doctor, whoever it was, that told them then that it was a tumor that had
I have no idea.
metastasized.